Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. It's 4 a.m. bright and early here in Connecticut on the East Coast. All right, there's so much I want to talk about today. Let's see if I can tie this all in together. We passed a milestone. Over 250,000 people passed away from COVID-19 in less than 11 months. In less than 10 months, not even 10 months. 250,000, over 250,000 dead Americans. Remember when Trump was saying 70,000, maybe 70,000, maybe 100,000. We got good numbers. Remember you called them good numbers? The deaths went up to 200,000. Now we're at 250,000, and it's not even December yet. 250,000 people. I came across even a scarier number. Last week, not even last week, 5 days ago, I talked about 67,000 Americans being hospitalized. Now, today, 78,000. 78,000 Americans. In the last week, over 10,000 more Americans have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in less than a week. 10,000 more hospitalized. 10,000 less hospital beds. Again, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know I talk about how this affects other people, like other operations, what they call elective surgeries, like when your bones are grinding together from severe arthritis, which what I had, a hip replacement. I had to go almost 4 months hearing my bones grind together. My hip, unable to walk because I could not have surgery because of the COVID-19 virus, and that's where we're headed again. Hopefully, we got a vaccine on the horizon. All right, Trump. If it's not obvious to you by now that Donald Trump is about Donald Trump, that this has nothing to do with America or Americans or making America great again, that was just that he's a salesman. MAGA, that was a selling point. You know, it was made up by an ad man, you know? If it's not obvious by now, in the last 11 days, he's had nothing on his public calendar, nothing on his daily calendar. All he's centered on right now is trying to keep his job. The people around him say it's a bunker mentality in the White House. He's hands off. He couldn't care less about if it's not obvious to you today, Thursday, November 18th, 2020, it'll never be obvious. You're a lost cause. If you can't figure out this, it was never about you or America or making America great again. It was about Donald Trump. It's always been about Donald Trump. And if you still don't believe that, I can't help you. All right, I want to talk about Rudy Giuliani, man, because I love banging on Rudy. I do. I'm not a bully, but man, I like slamming Rudy. All right, Tuesday in Middle County, Superior Court, Pennsylvania. The Judge Brann, Brann, basically threw his case out of court when Rudy admitted that this isn't a case about voter fraud. And the judge said, it's not about voter fraud. Get out. That's my summary, because I'm not a legal professional, but it went something like that. Here's some highlights, though. I had to read these articles over and over again, and to get the gist. I'm not today I'm not a legal professional. Yesterday, what was it? A medical professional. Anyway. Man, wow. Rudy supposedly is asking $20,000 a day from Donald Trump. I gotta laugh. 20 grand a day, man. What a gig. Wow. I got some excerpts that I got the gist of what Rudy was trying to argue. Equal protection. His argument was that there's two plaintiffs in Lancaster and Fayette County that are complaining that their ballots didn't have a chance to weren't cured, and weren't counted, and therefore it's not equal. And they were Trump voters. It's not equal protection. While other votes were cured. Why, and so therefore, here's the part that got thrown out, because those two plaintiffs in order to have this be a valid case, they would have to sue their counties. Their counties are pure, hardcore Trump-supporting counties, and they refused to sue them. Therefore, they don't have a case. They needed those two plaintiffs. If you need plaintiffs to make a case. Now, again, I'm not a legal professional, so I had to read this over and over to get the gist of what they were arguing about. All right, now here's where it gets funny and interesting, all right? The judge asks, what standard should I apply? What scrutiny should I apply to this case? Because now he's getting fed up because you don't have plaintiffs. And Rudy pretty much admitted that this isn't a voter fraud case. His lawyers said this 2 other times in Maricopa County in Arizona last week, I think it was. This isn't a voter fraud case. I guess they're trying to say it's equal protection case, but like I said, they would need those 2 plaintiffs. And because those 2 plaintiffs came from a hardcore Trump county and they're mega people, they refused to sue. Don't have plaintiffs, don't have a case. So the judge asks, what kind of scrutiny should I apply to this? What does Judy reply? The usual one. Yeah, he said that. Apparently, there's different types of scrutiny. Strict scrutiny across the board, you know. That's the only one I know. But Rudy's an attorney, supposedly. And yeah, he said that when the Judge Brand asked him, what kind of scrutiny should I apply? The usual one? Wow. $20,000 a day. And wait, it gets worse. It gets worse. The judge asked him if he knows, okay, the word opaque, I'm very familiar with it. I forgot. Before I made this video, I wanted to Google because I wanted to find out in what grade do kids learn the word opaque? Opaque means the amount you can see through or not see through. I've known this because I am an artist and all my paints are rated by light fastness, how much you can see through them. If they're opaque, if they're transparent, semi-opaque, you know, so I guess I'm a bit of a cheater. But I think the word opaque is pretty common. So the judge asked about the opacity. I call it opacity. It's opaque opacity. I have a tendency to mispronounce words, as you guys have probably noticed. I call it opacity, but opacity is the way that Google pronounces it, opacity. And the judge asked Rudy, do you know what opacity means? And he means you can't see through it? Or no, wait. Rudy said you can see through it? And the judge said, no, it means you can't see through it. Opacity. Opaque, meaning you can't see through it. Yeah, so Rudy, what I'm getting at here, Rudy made a flaming fool out of himself. Basically, it pretty much ended. The gist I got, I'll have the links down below. You guys could read the whole story yourselves. And it took me a while to understand this. I had to read these articles over and over again. But when Rudy said, this isn't a voter fraud case, and the judge said, well, you're out of here. Bye-bye. Yeah. What kind of scrutiny should I apply to this, Rudy? The usual? Wow. This is your man, Trump supporters. I hope you're not betting on this horse, man. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Thursday.